Hi, my name's Amanda Ziba. Welcome to my channel, Learning with the Word Nerd. Today I'm going to help you with some of the tricky vocabulary that pops up within the publishing industry. When I first wandered into the writing world, I felt continuously lost. The lay of the land, the shifting landscape, the unwritten rules and industry norms, everything felt foreign. Vocabulary and language were no exception. Half the time I didn't even know what people were talking about. It can all feel pretty overwhelming, especially when all you want to do is share your stories with the world. Can you relate? All right, take a deep breath. Let's get our feet on solid ground with a quick vocab lesson. I was a reading and English teacher for 12 years, so trust me when I say you are in capable hands. In this video, you will find an alphabetical list of writing world terms, phrases, and insider vocabulary words defined and dissected. Hopefully, once you've gone through the whole video, you'll be able to look at your writing roadmap and feel a little less lost. Maybe you'll even feel confident enough to travel further than you've ever gone before. Are you ready? Let's go. Oh, one more thing. Don't worry about taking notes. I'll tell you at the end of the video where you can find a printable list of these terms and their definitions. Okay, now we're ready. Let's go. First up is advance. An advance is the amount of money an author is given prior to the publication of their book. The book must earn out this amount of money before the author is paid royalties. For example, if an author is given a $10,000 advance, it means that they were paid their first $10,000 of royalties ahead of any actual book sales. Once a book sells enough copies to surpass that initial advance royalty amount, in this example case $10,000, the author will be paid royalties monthly, quarterly, or semi-annually, depending on their contract with their publisher. Agent. An agent is a book industry professional who represents authors and illustrators and help them place their work with publishers. This person also helps the creator manage any deals, contracts, and payments. Getting an agent takes a lot of work, but having one dramatically increases a writer's success with traditional publication. Most agents take 15% of an author's earnings. ARC stands for Advanced Reader Copy. Publishers will send ARCs to book reviewers, bookstores, book bloggers, and media professionals prior to its release to the public in order to create excitement and buzz about its publication. The hope is that these people will talk about the book and make everyone else eager to read it. Their reviews are published online and in magazines prior to the book's publication so that everyone knows it's coming and gets excited to read about it. Back matter. Back matter is material that appears in the back of the book. It might be in the form of an afterword, an appendix, a bibliography, a glossary, and/or an index. Back matter is especially helpful and valuable in nonfiction books and is used to further educate the reader. Authors who include back matter in a book increase its usefulness. This is especially true for children's nonfiction books if an author is interested in finding a home inside the school and library market. Beta reader. A beta reader is a practice reader that lets an author know a story's strengths and weaknesses. A beta reader will read an in-progress version of a manuscript and give the author feedback in order to improve the book. Beta readers can be friends, critique partners, or strangers found online through manuscript swaps. Typically, an author does not pay for a beta reader's feedback. The Big Five. 5 publishing houses in the United States publish 80% of all of the books. These publishing houses are Penguin Random House, HarperCollins, Simon & Schuster, Hachette, and Macmillan. These publishers are known for producing high-quality books and have the highest status in the writing world. Book publishing royalty, if you will. To get a book deal with one of these publishers feels like hitting the lottery. Publishing with the Big Five company often means your book will get top-of-the-line editing, marketing, and attention from reviewers, award committees, and the rest of the world in general. Not every author chooses to pursue the path of traditional publication, but typically the most successful authors in the world have had traditional publishing contracts with the Big Five publishers. Book proposal. A book proposal is a written plan of a nonfiction book that an author sends to an agent or publisher. The author submits the plan for the book before writing it so that they are saved the time of research and writing if an agent or publisher is not interested in publishing the book. Often a book proposal will include an outline, sample chapters, comp titles, a market analysis, and an overview of the writer's platform and past work. Book signing. A book signing is a publicized event often held at bookstores or book festivals, featuring an author reading from and discussing the author's book. A question and answer session, as well as the opportunity for book signings, are components of this event. Book signings are both fun and important to the success of a book. Comp titles. Comp titles are books that are similar to an author's manuscript. These help a publisher or agent know potential competitors of a proposed project and also help in communicating a vision to the author's overall desired outcome for their book. Critique. Critique is feedback given about a manuscript touching on issues such as structure as well as character and plot development. A critique can be given by a beta reader, writing partner, instructor, editor, or some other industry professional. Dummy. A dummy is a mock-up of a book that shows in physical form where all the front matter, text, illustrations, and back matter will appear. Some dummies include actual sketches and images. These are most often used for picture books. Editor. An editor is a publishing house employee that meets with agents to find and sign new work to turn into books for their company. Editors support a project through the entire publishing process and make suggestions to improve the manuscript so that it can be the best possible publication. Endorsement. An endorsement is a statement given by a well-known author about another writer's work. The statement is often written right on the book cover and/or used to promote the book in hopes of increasing sales and attracting similar readers. Genre. Genre is the type and style of a story, for example, science fiction, romance, and historical fiction. Each genre has its own certain styles, characteristics, and rules, so make sure that you're familiar with the genre you are writing so that you can follow those and appease both publishers and readers with your work. Ghostwriter. A ghostwriter is a person who helps write a book for another. A ghostwriter is paid, but is not allowed to put their name on the final project or tell anyone that they worked on it. It's like they are a ghost, felt but not seen. One place ghostwriters are commonly used is for celebrities who would like to write a book about their life and their experiences, but don't have a lot of writing experience on their own. Indie publisher. An indie publisher is a small publishing house separate from the Big Five we talked about earlier. They do all the things a Big Five publisher does, just on a much smaller scale. Indie publishers often have a much closer relationship with their writers, which is great, and some people love it for that reason, but they also struggle to sell as many copies of their books just because they don't have the power that resides behind the Big Five. ISBN, International Standard Book Number. This one is kind of complicated to explain, so I'm just going to quote bookjobs.com. An ISBN is a worldwide numbered identification system that provides a standard way for publishers to number their products without duplication by other publishers. ISBN also refers to ISBN numbers themselves. The first part of the ISBN identifies the language of the publication, for example, 0 for English, and the second part identifies the publisher. The next string of digits in the ISBN identifies the book product itself and is followed by a digit specifically calculated to ensure the integrity of the ISBN. All this is kind of complicated, but really what it means is it's just the book ID number that will help keep it separate when tracking sales for the author and the publishing company. This book number also helps bookstores, libraries, and consumers find an exact book they are looking for. POD. POD stands for Print on Demand. Print on Demand is a publishing method that allows books to be printed one at a time. For example, if you self-publish through Kindle Direct Press, your book will be print on demand, meaning that consumers can order it and the company will only print the one book that they need. Query letter. A query letter is a letter that is sent to an agent asking them to represent your work or a publisher asking them to publish your work. These letters, while short, are very difficult to write. They will require the perfect combination of specific elements and must, to be successful, grab the reader's attention immediately. Writers take entire courses on how to write a query letter, so forgive me if I just refer you to Google if you'd like to learn more about this one. Royalty. A royalty is the percentage of the sale price paid to the author. Frequently, authors earn between 5 and 12% of the book's retail price. Once an author's book has earned out their advance, something we talked about at the very beginning of this video, then they will be paid their royalties every month, every 3 months, or every 6 months, depending on what the publisher has put in their contract. SCBWI stands for Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. They are an excellent organization, and if you are thinking about writing books for people under the age of 18, I would highly encourage you to join. They are a supportive and very knowledgeable community of writers and illustrators and will welcome you and also help you on your way to becoming a published author. Self-publishing. Self-publishing is the process of publishing a book all on your own without the services or guidance of an indie or Big 5 traditional publisher. Self-publishing is great because you get complete and total control of the artistic process, but it can feel overwhelming because you must do all of the jobs. You can hire out specific tasks of the process like copy editing or cover design, but you are the person in charge of finding, hiring, and approving each step. If you're interested in this process and would like help, I'd love to help you. I've self-published 11 of my own books and would be happy to show you the rope. SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. There are certain keywords and phrases that a person can use to make their website more findable in the big old wide world of the internet. SEO is intentionally utilizing these special words. The slush pile. The slush pile is a stack of unsolicited submissions sent to agents, literary journals, or publishing houses. These pieces are not given any sort of special consideration or recommendations, nor are they represented by agents. It is difficult but not impossible for an author to be discovered in a slush pile. Traditional publishing. Traditional publishing is a method of publishing that is completed by an indie or Big 5 publisher. Traditional publishers do everything but write the book. They take care of every step along the way, from designing and finding an illustrator, market research, publicity, sales, distribution. They do all of it. However, more and more often, an author is expected to promote and market their work heavily. So even if you do get a book deal with a traditional publisher, be ready to work hard on selling your book. And last on our list is Vanity Press. Vanity Press is a publisher that requires the author to assume all financial risk in the publishing process. The company offers tools to help a writer publish their book, but writers must pay for these tools. Vanity presses should be avoided because they do not care about the success or sales of your book. They are only interested in getting the writer's money. Okay, that was a lot, but don't worry. If you're nervous you won't remember all this, head over to my blog for a printable list. After a little studying, hopefully you'll feel a little more comfortable when participating in Writing World conversations, and you'll know what the heck everyone else is talking about. If after listening to this video you've decided you'd like to take action on your own author goals, I'd love to be able to help you. My course, The Take Action Author Plan, teaches other writers how to self-publish, how to market and sell their book, and also how to level up their author career. There are 3 modules, 4 workbooks, and dozens of bite-sized videos all in this program, and you also have the option of adding on 1 coaching call. Like I said earlier, I've self-published 11 books and sold over 5,000 copies of them, and I'd love to help you do the same. Links for everything I've talked about in this video today are available in the description box. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you found it valuable, and I hope to see you back here again on my channel, Learning with the Word Nerd.